All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Haloyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakal Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so I've been doing this series called for the Most High have made medicines of this earth, man. All right, quoting Ecclesiasticus 38:4. All right, because true medicine is of this earth. All right, true medicine is of this earth. It is not man-made. All right, it's not concocted in a lab. All right, true medicine is of this earth. All right, all disease and all manner of sicknesses and ailments, all right, have cures, man. There's no such thing as not a cure for this disease or this ailment or this type of sickness, all right? All medicine, all right, is of this earth, man, all right? So matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. All right, as we see right here, all right, Ecclesiasticus 38 in the 4th verse, it says, the Lord has created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. All right, the Lord created all medicine comes from this earth, man. Herbs, fruits, vegetables, all right, even meats, man, because meats got vitamins and minerals in them, man. All right, the clean meats that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai said that we could eat, man. All right, Ecclesiasticus 38:4, it says, the Lord has created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. All right, so let's get into it, man. All right, I found this book here. All right, it says healing. It's called Healing Secrets of the Native Americans. All right, and the Native Americans are Israelites, man. All right, Native Americans are Israelites from the tribe of Gad. All right, you Native Americans are Israelites, man. That's who you really are. You're Gadites. All right, you're Israelites from the tribe of Gad, man. A very special tribe, man. All right, of the nation of Israel, man. All right, you have something that's known as the Bat Creek Stone, which was a Cherokee stone with Hebrew writing on it. All right, you got the Lost Lunes Stone, all right, with the 10 Commandments on it and written in ancient Hebrew. All right, and the Bat Creek Stone was also in ancient Hebrew. What is ancient Hebrew doing in America, man? Because the Native Americans are Israelites from the tribe of Gad of the northern kingdom of Israel. All right, they came over here, all right, to escape the Assyrian captivity, man. All right, so let's get into it, man. All right, let me back out real quick and let's go into it. All right, the first one is raspberry, as you see right here, raspberry. And like I said, I've been doing a series on this, and one of the videos I did was on berries, man. All right, and berries like blueberries and strawberries and raspberries, all right, they increase your cognitive function. All right, they increase your focus, man. All right, so if you want to be able to study and read, all right, with great focus, man, all right, you take in these berries, man. All right, I did a video on it, man. All right, they increase your cognitive function and your focus for the next 6 hours. All right, so let's read it. It says raspberries, all right, perhaps more than any other herb, raspberry demonstrates that Native Americans could see what modern scientists sometimes miss. All right, and we know that Esau Edom's science, all right, his science is nothing but it's false, man. All right, like the scriptures say. All right, let's get into it. All right, it says today raspberries is officially recognized as a flavoring ingredient only. However, Native Americans knew they used However, Native Americans knew better. All right, they used the leaves to treat nausea, bowel problems, and inflammations of the eyes. They even felt raspberry could assist women giving birth. It may be time for researchers to take another look. According to herbal authority Daniel B. Mowry, PhD, it says raspberry leaf is an herb particularly well suited for women. It may help regulate the surges of hormones that often occur during menstruation, pregnancy, and childbirth, he explains. All right. Herbalist David Hoffman agrees that raspberry deserves more attention than it's gotten in the past. Raspberry leaves have a long tradition of use in pregnancy to strengthen and tone the tissue of the womb, assisting contractions and checking any hemorrhaging during labor. All right, this action will occur if the herb is drunk regularly throughout pregnancy and also during labor. All right, but raspberry isn't just an herb for women. It has potent antibacterial properties which make it well suited for treating kidney and urinary tract infections, as well as mouth problems such as ulcers and bleeding gums. Woo! All right. It says, but any infection in the urinary tract can be serious, so be sure to talk to your doctor before using herbal treatments at home. All right, which we know that's the true medicine, man. Which I think they call it homeopathy or something like that, which is a type of doctor, a type of medicine, all right, that doesn't go by the your standard medical practice in the industry. All right, if I'm not mistaken, I think that might be the word for it. All right, it says the raspberry plant is 3 to 4 feet tall. It's a slightly prickly bush with leaves about 3 inches in length. The leaves are pale green on top and grayish white underneath. It bears small white flowers during May and June. Dark red berries that grow in clusters appear in July. All right. Now, if you go on my page, my YouTube channel page, and in the search bar just type in berries. All right, and you'll get that video, man, and it goes more into the raspberries and the berries and all of that, man. All right. It says raspberry bushes can be found growing in the wild in most temperate zones throughout the world. Both the leaves and berries of the raspberry plant have medicinal properties, but the leaves were traditionally used most often. To make a tea, add 2 teaspoons of dried leaves to a cup of boiling water. Let stand for 10 to 15 minutes. Strain and drink as needed. You can also use this tea as a gargle for a sore throat and as a mild disinfectant for cuts and other skin irritations. All right. So that's just like a little brief on raspberry, man. All right. So this is watercress. All right. Watercress is a type of herb. All right. A type of plant you find in the wilderness. All right. Matter of fact, let me Google it real quick. All right. Watercress. All right. So this is what it looks like. Watercress. All right. As you see, it says watercress is a semi-aquatic plant, a member of the mustard family, known for its peppery flavor and nutritional benefits. All right. It says it's commonly used in salads as a garnish and can also be sauteed or cooked in soups. All right. Watercress is a good source of vitamin A and C, and it also contains other beneficial compounds. All right. So let's get into it, man. All right. Let's go back. All right. It says watercress. All right. It says if you already enjoyed the spicy bite of watercress in sandwiches and salads, you might want to take an extra helping for your health. Watercress is exceptionally nutritious with healthful amounts of vitamin A, C, and E. All right, excuse me, read that again. It says watercress is exceptionally nutritious with healthful amounts of vitamin A, C, and E, along with minerals such as calcium, magnesium. All right, that's a good mineral. Magnesium, iron, and copper. All right, although native to Europe, it didn't take long to spread throughout North America and Mexico, and Native Americans quickly discovered its healing powers. All right. Now you could do your own research. As you see right here, it says watercress is exceptionally nutritious. All right, with healthful amounts of vitamin A, C, and E. All right, now you could research on the benefits of vitamin A, C, and E. All right, it says along with minerals such as calcium, magnesium, iron, and copper. Now there's a book called The Magnesium Miracle. I think I might get into that in the future. All right, if it be the Lord's will. All right, that's a powerful mineral, man. Magnesium. All right, iron and copper. All right, and it says Native Americans quickly discovered its healing powers. All right. It says right here, it says they used watercress tea to treat liver and kidney problems, gallstones, nervousness, colds, and a variety of upper respiratory infections. Juice from the plant's leaves was used externally to treat skin conditions such as acne and ringworm. The juice was even applied to the scalp in an attempt to prevent hair loss. All right, watercress is characterized by leafy stems 1 to 3 feet long. All right, it has small white flowers and fleshly oblong leaves that grow in clusters of 3 to 7 leaves each. Watercress grows throughout the United States and Mexico and most of Canada. Look for it growing in shallow creeks, along the edge of slow-moving rivers, and in ponds and lakes wherever the water is clear, cool, and in motion. The herb does best in water 2 to 6 inches deep. Its leafy stems usually protrude several inches above the water. All right. It's also widely available in supermarkets. Yeah. All right. That's good information if you want to grow your own watercress, man. All right. It says the herb does best in water 2 to 6 inches deep. All right. It says to make watercress tea, add a teaspoon of dried or fresh herb to a cup of boiling water. Let stand for about 10 minutes, then strain and drink as needed. The same tea can also be used as a skin wash for rashes, eczema, or acne. For a more astringent facial tonic, crush the leaves to extract the juice and apply it to your skin. Some herbalists recommend mixing watercress juice with a little vinegar and applying it to the forehead to get a quick jolt of energy. Woo! All right, let's continue. It says wild watercress should be thoroughly washed because it may harbor parasites. And yeah, so you get the vinegar with the baking soda, all right, and clean it, man. All right, it says in large amounts it may irritate the kidneys, so you don't want to use it every day. All right, now we going into wild rose. All right, let's go into the rose, man. All right, it says legend has it that when the United States government forced the Cherokees on a march westward from their land in North Carolina, the woman shed tears that sprouted into rose bushes. This story reflects the importance of the wild rose in Native American life. All right. It says the petals of rose flowers. All right. Excuse me. It says the petal of rose flowers. All right. Were dried and crushed into powder, which was then applied to fever sores and blisters. After soaking in rainwater, rose petals were used as compresses for sore eyes. The bark of the root was applied to boils, and Native Americans ate the berries, known as rose hips, which are unparalleled sources of vitamin C. Woo. All right, and vitamin C is good for your body, preventing your body getting sick, man. All right, this helped protect them from colds. Yeah, you see, this helped protect them from colds, and more importantly, from serious deficiency disease known as scurvy. All right. It says the berries, flowers, leaves, stems, and roots of roses are widely used by herbalists today. Teas made from the rose petals are thought to boost the immune system and are also used as sore throat gargles. The berries are widely used to prevent and treat colds, and may be of some use in protecting against constipation and problems with gallbladder, kidneys, and bladder. All right, even the captivating aroma of roses may have health benefits. Research suggests that flower scents, which are used in aromatherapy, can relieve anxiety, headaches, and other conditions commonly caused by stress. Most rose species grow upright as a shrub, although some are climbing vines. All roses have thorny stems and white, pink, or red flowers that grow in clusters or alone, one on each branch. The berry-like fruit needs cold weather to mature and appears late in the plant's growing season. All right, native to the Middle East, rose bushes and vines are found in temperate climates worldwide. All right, the berries of the rose bush pack the strongest punch, both as medicine and as a source of vitamin C. All right, more effective fresh than dry. They can be made into a tea. First, cut a slit in each berry, then add 2 or 3 teaspoons of berries to a cup of boiling water and simmer for 10 minutes. All right, you can also make teas using dried petal leaves. Strain the liquid, add some honey, and enjoy. All right, let's continue. Now you got wormwood. All right, wormwood. All right, wormwood is bitter, man. All right, which will kill parasites, man. All right, it says wormwood. All right, it says, as its name suggests, wormwood, also called sagebrush, all right, was used most often by Native Americans to, come on, bro. It says was used most often by Native Americans to purge parasites from their intestinal tract. Man, that's good, bro. If you think you got everybody got parasites, though, you know. So wormwood, bro, you know. It says cause parasites feed off sugar, man. All right, and that's why if you got sugar cravings, all right, that's because you got parasites in you, man. You're constantly craving something sweet. You want something like cookies and brownies and Twinkies, and you know, which that's all poison. That's the parasites. That it's not you, that it's the parasites that's making your body eat that, man. All right. It says so you drink that you take that wormwood, man. All right, to get rid of those parasites. All right, as its name suggests, wormwood, also called sagebrush, was used most often by Native Americans to purge parasites from the intestinal tract. They drank hot wormwood tea for fever, indigestion, nausea, and painful menstruation. All right, All right, they applied poultices, all right, of wormwood leaves to relieve the pain of arthritis, and the leaves also were dried, powdered, and dusted on babies suffering from diaper rash. When prepared as a lotion, wormwood was also used to repel insects and to clean wounds. Woo! All right, so you could use that as a lotion in the summertime, man. All right, for people, that don't live in the city, that live in the suburbs and all that. I don't know, because I never lived in the city. I don't know about the mosquitoes out there, but um, for people that's always coming in contact with mosquitoes and gnats and all of that. All right, you could use that wormwood lotion, man. All right. It says when prepared as a lotion, all right, wormwood was also used to repel insects and to clean wounds. All right. You know what else repels mosquitoes and all of that? Peppermint oil. Peppermint oil, and I think also lavender. All right. You could plant lavender plants around your house, your yard, or whatever, man. All right. Let's keep reading. It says wormwood is often applied externally to treat painful bruises and sprains. According to herbalist John Luss, the herb acts as a local anesthetic and can be used in relieving the pains of rheumatism, neuralgia, all right, nerve pain, and arthritis. All right. It says, as for more proof that Native Americans were progressive in healing, the manufacturers of Absorbine Jr. include extracts of wormwood among the active ingredients in this over-the-counter liniment, all right, for muscle and back pain. All right. Wormwood is a tall, bushy plant, similar in appearance and scent to sage. It grows to between 2 and 4 feet high, with leaves approximately 4 inches long and small yellow flowers scattered throughout the bush. The flowers bloom from June through September. All right, that's kind of, it's like 3 months, 4 months. All right, June, July, August, September. Yep. All right. It says wormwood grows mostly as a weed in the western and northern United States and also in southern Canada. All right. It says you can make a wormwood tea by adding a teaspoonful of crushed leaves, dried or fresh, to 1 cup of boiling water and steeping for about 15 minutes. Drink the tea as a mild sedative, digestive aid, or cold remedy, or use it externally as an antiseptic for cuts and scrapes, or as a mild topical anesthetic for soothing sprains, sore muscles, or joint pain. Ooh. All right. It says wormwood shouldn't be used during pregnancy or by anyone suffering from bronchitis or emphysema. All right. Some people are allergic to wormwood. If a rash develops, stop using it immediately. All right. Now I think let me see real quick. Yeah, yarrow. All right. We got yarrow. All right, let's read yarrow. All right. Yarrow. It says the medicinal history of this herb is as long as the list of ills it can treat. Ooh, all right. The Greek hero Achilles is said to have used yarrow to treat the wounds of his stricken soldiers. All right. Native Americans also used yarrow for wounds, but that was just the beginning. All right. Yarrow was often taken as a tea for stomach problems and fever. All right. It was made into poultices for treating rashes, swelling, eczema, and spider bites. Historians estimate that 46 different tribes used yarrow for as many as 28 disorders, making it one of the most widely used herbs. Modern herbalists have made the list even longer. Some recommend yarrow for high blood pressure, ulcers, internal and external bleeding, liver problems, diarrhea, colds, and flu. Irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, bladder infection, gas pains, hemorrhoids, heavy menstrual flow, and problems associated with menopause. It also acts as a mild sedative and can help relieve anxiety and insomnia. A juice made from the leaves can help reduce the redness of bloodshot eyes. Woo, all right. Yarrow grows to about 3 feet in height. It has feathery leaves and canopy of white or pink flowers at the top. It has a pleasantly sweet aroma, but a bitter taste due to its high medicinal content. All right. It says, yeah. Now you could equate that to the scriptures, man. Because you know how the scriptures say, it was in my mouth sweet as honey, but in my belly it was bitter. You know, because the scriptures are like the scriptures are medicine, man. All right, the scriptures heal us, man. It is going to heal us, man, because it's going to bring us into the kingdom, man. All right, the grafted word, which is able to save your souls, man. Woo. All right. It has a pleasantly sweet aroma, but a bitter taste due to its high medicinal content. All right. Yarrow grows throughout the United States and most of Canada, usually in meadows, pastures, and along roadsides. It grows well when cultivated and can tolerate practically any soil that's not too wet or heavily shaded. The most potent part of the plant are the uppermost leaves and flowers, all right, which are well suited for making tea. Some herbalists recommend making a poultice, all right, and applying yarrow directly to the skin. In some cases, it's even chewed to relieve toothache. Woo! All right, to make a tea, add 1 or 2 teaspoons of leaves or flowers, dried or fresh, to a cup of boiling water. Let stand for 15 minutes, strain and drink as needed. Or you can apply the tea to the skin to relieve burns, bruises, or other irritations. Woo! All right, now this is from this book. All that is from this book, Healing Secrets of the Native Americans, man. All right, the herbs and remedies, man. And we know that the Native Americans are Israelites from the tribe of Gad, man. A very special tribe, man. All right, that's a very special tribe, bro. All right. Skilled in bow and arrow, just like the scriptures say, man. All right, so, you know, that's the lesson, man. All right, so, you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, and you know, you could take this information and do more research on each of these herbs, man. All right, because, you know, I know there's plenty more, man. You can learn about these herbs that I'm reading about here in this book. All right, it's just this book gives you a little bit about each, you know. All right. So, you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Raktazah, this lesson was edifying. All right. I want to say, call Haloyum, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Rakal Quick Dash. All right. So, on to the next one. Shalom, shalom.